And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Some Silver South COD Rec League action. I'm holding my coffee with the gun puppet, looking from Spears' point of view right now, as we have a 7-0 lead for the Chicago Hunted on this sub-base hardpoint. Spear working his way downstairs. Looks like he's going to go ahead and get set up for P2 already, as Zotar's already on the hill for Chicago. Does a little house cleaning, making sure nothing yellow comes through to get onto that hill. Doesn't see what's coming behind the box and gets mowed down himself. Full cap already set up at P2, trying to make sure nothing green comes in, and he already goes ahead. He takes down one, and now working his way back around towards that P1. And here we go, kicking into P2, 36-0 in favor of the Chicago Hunted.
Yeah, it's a good 36 on the first P1 over there. The good thing for Chicago, though, is that P1 to P2 on sub-base is pretty easily chainable. They're kind of really close to each other. That's exactly what Chicago has done. They want to extend this lead to a 50-0. Looks like they were about to get it, but Dallas took back over. But Chicago Hunted have a great start so far. But Dallas is just trying to find a way back in there. Chicago is trying to get back on a point, but Dallas is defending it pretty well so far. Chicago gets another second, but Dallas is right back on it, and Dallas is winning the gunfights. But Chicago will come out at the end with like a 65-10 lead, which is a really great start for them. You know Dallas is going to want to put a lot of focus on P3. They're already there. They're already set up. But Chicago has a lot of momentum here.
As we go into this P3, 69-10 in favor of Chicago Hunted, looking from Full Cap's point of view right now. Full Cap working his way up towards the, looks like he's right in between the 3 and 5 area. Does a little mowing down up on top, goes ahead. And now Zotar's tossing one towards the back spawn there at P4. Doesn't connect, but the MCW does. It was a quick reload. There's a hello there as he's getting ready to make his way over into that P3 hill to join Chud on the hill. Give a quick look on upstairs as Jiggy tries to get jiggy with it and gets mowed down real quick. Spear working his way over and across. Now he's up top on P3. Tries to do does a little house cleaning. Takes over as Dallas and Jiggy, or the Dallas Tires, excuse me, get the rest of this scrap time on this P3 hill. So we're coming into P4 with an 84-35 lead for the Chicago Hunted.
Yeah, I think that's a really good job well done on the side of Chicago at that P3. I mean, Dallas started there and they had like a really great defensive setup, and Chicago still found a way to break it. I think Dallas got about maybe like 20 seconds off that. I don't know if Chicago got as much, but they definitely kept Dallas off of it quite a bit. But now you see Chicago trying to mount the defensive here on P4, but it looks like Dallas is going to be the team that breaks this time. Chicago spawning just a little bit out. You see Dallas take positions and set up where they think Chicago's coming. You see Jiggy coming down mid-map. But Dallas so far really wants to defend this point. They know they have a big deficit to make up at Chicago. They just don't want to let Dallas get anything. Chicago, though, is actually spawning in the top left corner there, which is kind of a weird spawn. I think they're kind of getting split spawns between map and top left corner. They have really no choice but to kind of go for old. Although you have number 7 and Zotar is moving over to the next hardpoint. Dallas has to get over there, but they're all crumpled together in the top right of the map. So Chicago kind of have their cake and eat it too on that hill.
Looks like we are in P5 Hill right now, looking from bimodal Jiggy's point of view. Thank you for switching it to what I can pronounce. Jiggy up top doing a little house cleaning as Chicago is firmly on this P5 Hill. Chud to the hello there. Does not connect with anybody, but he's firmly holding the hill. Gets a nice little shot on the Full Cap trophy going down. Working his way around back towards the front of that amphib. Goes ahead, takes out bimodal. Then comes around and takes out Jiggy. I mean, Chud is just doing the work right now on that P5 hill. Bimodal gets mowed down, so he can't even get set up at P1 already. Spear chunking a hello there, does not connect. But someone comes into P2, takes him down. Zotar's up on top of that P1 area. Takes one just as the hill kicks over. 159-59 in favor of the Dallas Flat Tires. Let's start with a new set of rotation.
Yeah, we're in the second set of rotations here. Chicago has over 100-point lead on Dallas here. And I gotta say, Chicago is beating Dallas a little bit on the KD side of things, but it's not a blowout type of game that you would expect from this scoreline. Chicago is just playing a better hard point strategically here. And they're doing a good job of that. You see, they've always got the great positions and they've always got somebody near the hill and they're always looking to next. Dallas is really kind of on the back foot here as they're just kind of working around what Chicago is throwing at them. And Chicago's at the point where they don't even need to really capture points on this P1 hill. All they have to do is just kind of keep Dallas out and look towards P2. Looks like they're going to have a little bit of a fight getting to P2. Looks like Dallas is already there to start, but you still see them being very competitive on P1, still putting up fights and honestly still taking some contest time away from Dallas. And I mean, if you're Chicago, that's all you really need to do. Just keep this clock going, get a good setup on this next P2 and just run out the clock.
As we're looking in P2 right now, your boy Slim at the forklift trying to keep things cleaned up, trying to keep Dallas off that hill right now. 174-83 in favor of the Chicago Hunted. Jiggy already on the hill, but there's that green trophy in front of him. That's a Hunted trophy, so him trying to toss a nade would not do a darn bit of good. But, oh man, your boy Slim got taken out. So did Jiggy. Bimodal up on top. Now we have firm Dallas footprint into that P2 hill, trying to keep anything green from coming through the bottom. There's one for Bimodal. There's 2, 3. And Renetti just falls short as it's 174-103 in favor of the Chicago Hunted right now. Boomer hit it. He chunks it. Doesn't connect. No, it doesn't. Okay, Boomer. Let's go ahead. Get ready to go to this P3 hill with Chicago Hunted still firmly in the lead. 185-103.
Chicago Hunted is still firmly in the lead, but it looks like Dallas is closing deficit a little bit. The question is, will they be able to do it in time before Chicago hits 250? Similar situation to the last time we were at P3. Dallas starts and you see Chicago trying to break in. You see Dallas kind of defending here from top snow. That's a great position to catch some Chicago members, but that member actually drops down and gets caught, and now the point is all in Chicago's hand. Dallas goes 4 down and they're spawning on the other side of the map. This is going to be a tough point for them to take back. Already 2 Dallas members are down on the second offensive wave here. Chicago gets a solid 25 that extends the deficit even more. And at this rate, Chicago just needs 47 seconds. That is just 3/4 of 1 point. Chicago definitely, at this point, just needs to play the contest game, get a little points here, get a little points there, and the game is theirs.
That they do. I mean, it's already 217-113 in favor of the Chicago Hunted. So all they have to do is hold this P4 hill for 30 seconds. Your boy Slim coming up behind. Oh, why him that full cap on the hill? He gets taken down himself. All they need to all they gotta do is get Zotars on the hill, but Zotars gets mowed down. Bimodal working his way up and over. It doesn't matter because your boy Slim on the hill for the Chicago Hunted. 20 seconds left of hill time needed for the Hunted to take this map. 233-118 in favor of Chicago. Yep, Bimodal up on top, cleaning house. Dallas is on this hill, and they have to own basically every hill from here on out to catch up and win. Full cap coming upstairs, trying to keep anything green from hitting that P4, but it ain't happening. Your boy Slim back on the hill for the Hunted. All Chicago needs is 10 seconds on this P5, hill, and they're gonna have it. In fact, oh man, here we go. Boomer Cruz, kaboom! Connects with one. Still a contest as we go into this P5 with Chicago 248-134.
Yeah, Dallas has a mountain to overcome here. They literally have to play perfect Call of Duty, and there you go. Chicago just steps on the point, is quickly cut down, but when you only need 2 seconds, if you're not cut down within 2 seconds, you win the game. And Chicago, a really, really strong first map there. Again, I have to see the scoreboard again, but I think the slaying was better on Chicago's side, but it wasn't kind of like the blowout.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready to start this search and destroy. Full cap is your Bob carrier for the Dallas Flat Tires right now. We're on high rise for a search, which is a nice dicey map. As Full cap goes ahead, takes a prong right there behind the air conditioners. Chud watching in that, looks like he's on that A Street as Boomer's Wild World draws the first blood. Jiggy trying to do a little damage, and he gets taken down himself. It's now a 4-5 on 2. Chud working his way around into the blue. Now looks like he's trying to go underground. Full cap still hasn't got a plant, but he's prone down real quick, making sure that he is not going to be taken out. Works his way around. Ooh, gets taken down. The bomb is down right in between A and B. Spear was all that's left, but it doesn't matter. Chicago do the damage, and they come up 1-0.
Yeah, I mean, a great round out of Chicago to extend their momentum from map 1. They kind of just played the KD game. I think they got 2 down off the rip, and then I think they got traded out for 1 player, but then they just kind of cornered the remaining 2 Dallas players in that kind of bottom section of the map. So, I mean, Chicago just played it really well, and they played as a team, and, you know, that's pretty much all you can ever ask out of a defensive round. So, good on Chicago, but obviously, you know, let's see what they do on offense here.
Exactly. Your boy Slim has the bomb right now as Boomer's World goes ahead, gets set up right there around the trash cans there by. Ooh, wow. Your boy Slim drawing the first blood onto full cap. But right there by that B alley is Boomer. Oh man, he's halfway through the plant, gets taken down, so the bomb is down at it. Looks like B, and Bimodal's the last one alive. They were able to get the plant. Now it's a 1-on-2 because Zotars and Chud are the 2 that are remaining for the hunted. It doesn't matter. Bimodal gets taken down. Chicago's up 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, Chicago up 2-0. The offensive rounds are really the key there. Offense is a little bit harder to win. So, I mean, if you're able to do so on an offensive round coming from a defense right off the rip, I mean, that's a lot of confidence in your back pocket. Chicago, after that really great map 1, now up 2-0 in the S&T, they're playing around with a lot of confidence here. And another defensive win is just going to solidify that even further. Dallas, they need to get a win here for sure, although let's see what they do on this offense.
As full cap is the bomb carrier right now. He's down around the barrels. Jiggy drawing the first blood onto Chud. Now Jiggy working his way up toward the back propane. Over at that B alley. He's got one. Yo, he takes him down. He goes ahead, takes down. Who'd he get? He got your boy Slim. Boomer's World trying to cut him off, coming around the backside. Oh, Zotars gets taken down. Boomer was taken out. Dallas, they get themselves off the bagel, take out the last of the hunted, 2-1.
Yeah, that was a great round at Dallas. I really kind of liked just kind of like the heads up playing out of them. You even see them kind of like turning around to watch their flanks and overextending a little bit to check their spawns, see if they get a free kill. But I think Dallas just played that really well. They had the numbers, they won the gunfights. I don't think the bomb even went down. And I mean, that's just another good offensive win out of Dallas. We'll see if they could do that on defense here, because they kind of played that like a defense in terms of like spreading out across the map. But we'll see, because Chicago, they won their last offense. Let's see if they do it again.
And Chud drawing the first blood onto full cap with your boy Slim as the bomb carrier. Jiggy working his way around back propane and Spear down underneath the air conditioners. Bomb planted at that B bomb site. So now all Spear has to do is let them 2 hunted folks get away from there and go sneak that defuse in. But he's not going to be able to because he got seen. He sent some rounds, got taken down. Chicago maintained the lead, 3-1.
Yeah, a 3-1 lead is definitely scary if you're a Dallas player, but I think that one win is definitely important in terms of giving them the confidence to know that they can take a round. I think what you don't want to see, and I think where things will start to fall apart, is if you see it go up to a 4-1 lead. I think that's when teams really start to panic. But I know they're probably saying, hey, it's only 2 rounds and we tie it up. But Dallas, again, on an offensive round, I'm curious to see if they kind of utilize the same strategy again, spread out across the map, check their flanks, overextend when they need to. We'll see, although they are going on this A side, get into a few gunfights in blue, and they win both Sphere with a 2-piece. Dallas just kind of taking over the mid-map area. They have to deal with number 8 though, who will get jiggy. Number 8 does go down though. The B bomb side is clear. You see number 5 and your boy Slim just kind of hanging out around the edge of the map. I almost thought he was going to fall off there for a minute, but the bomb goes down B, and now it's all up to your boy Slim to get the retake, although not able to do it, gets cut down immediately. And Dallas wins their second offense in a row. No defensive wins, but 2 offensive wins. Very interesting.
Yep. Now that Dallas is off the breadstick, 3-2. I'm telling you, same thing that I say every week. Both teams, they gotta hit the brakes. They gotta slow it down because search and destroy is, but this is where you're supposed to psych out the other team and make them question what you're doing instead of you guys questioning yourselves just from getting there too quick. So here we go. Chicago on their offensive round. Your boy Slim, the bomb carriers, they cut through the office, making their way towards, looks like that B side. Your boy Slim down underneath B. Jiggy watching blue like a hawk in that little guard check. Nade goes off nearby. Doesn't phase him. It shakes him a little bit. Oh, then he's got one of his own. Just gets right in front of him. Your boy Slim being sneaky. Watch the elevator, Slim, because that's where I'm known to hide out. Jiggy drawing the first blood on the Boomer's world. Full Cap working his way around. Oh, nice. Full Cap gets taken down himself by Zodars. Zodars it coming out of green in the middle of the map. There goes a hello there. It does connect. I saw red. All that's left is Spear. The last one alive. The Chicago doesn't even need to plant the bomb, even though they already did it. B. Spear. Watching that back corner. Gets a couple love taps. Goes ahead. Just takes a step back. Rebuild them hit points. See if he's going to be able to get over there and get it taken care of. 17 seconds left in the round. Veer's got a lot of work to do. He's got to take out your boy Slim, and he's got to take out Chud and get the defuse. So he's got a lot of work to do. Nobody in the elevator. 3 seconds left. No time for the defuse. Spear on a 5 spree, but Spear gets taken down. Doesn't matter. Chicago won it either direction. They're up 4-2.
Yeah, Dallas might have had a really good chance there if Chicago went to the A bomb site. You saw them just kind of off the rip. I think 2 players just went prone near the shed area, but they were all kind of hovering around that A bomb site expecting the push. But unfortunately for them, Chicago elected to go B instead, and that really was their undoing. And Chicago was able to kind of just piece them out a little bit by bit. You had Sphere kind of ending out the round all by his lonesome. He did what he could, but at the end, Chicago, 2 members pinching the bomb, no time to defuse. Even in the best of players at that point, you're not going to squeak out a win. But Dallas, they don't want to let this game run away from them too much. A 2-5 scoreline would be disastrous for them. But we start the round with a trade, although Jiggy does go down, so it's 2 for 3 right now. Sphere is trying to even up the odds a little bit on this helipad area, but Bimodal actually gets killed in the Zodar, so it's even so far on the scoreline, but Dallas still needs to plant. They need to pick up that bomb, which is all the way on the other side of the map, but they keep pushing towards the bomb site. They're not going to be able to get anything done without the bomb. They're going to have to kind of put themselves at risk. They get spotted on the cross, and now you'll probably see Chicago play a little bit more to this B bomb site, but Dallas maybe just want to take the bomb and run back to A. That's exactly what they'll do. You see, though, your boy Slim trying to defend it. Honestly, I think Chicago's just playing for intel at this point. Dallas, though, they're going to have to tweak out a plant under the nose of Slim here, who, of course, just spots him out immediately. Now Sphere in a lot of trouble. The bomb's on A. You have 15 seconds. You got to get a kill on the Slim, otherwise he's going to see you. But actually, the other Chicago member just gets you from behind. The 2-5 scoreline, Chicago, 1 round away from taking map 2 as well.
I was not expecting that tonight as we look the final kill there from Boomer's World. And all the way back from B, took him out at A. And that was, once you drop the bomb, you do have to go pick it back up, but we've seen worse. We've seen teams forget the bomb and just turn it into a TDM as Chicago on this offensive round number 8. Your boy Slim has the bomb as Slim chunks one over at blue. Hopefully he sets off that. Oh, man, he sets off the propane tank. Chud drawing the first blood on the Jiggy. Spear works his way around. He goes ahead. He takes down Zotars. We're at the A bomb site. Big explosion over there, and it looks like your boy Slim got taken down. The bomb is down at A. Boomer's World is all that is left against Full Cap, so it's a 1v1. Whoever wins this battle of the MCWs is going to win this round. I'll tell you that right now. It's looking green. There it is. Chicago take the round. They take the win, 6-2.
Man, there were so many explosions in that last round. It almost looked like a Michael Bay movie between Propane and I think there was a frag kill to start.
As we're watching right now from Full Cap's point of view, working his way down through that P1, tossing the hello there. It does connect. Dallas is on the offense. Let's see if that whole team is going to go over to A or if it's going to be split up and everything. Oh man, they're nice little Boomers and Chud get taken down themselves, and your boy Slim is already holding down that A point, making sure that Dallas does not come in there. Although you got Spear already on that B side, I'm thinking that everybody going to A was just a diversion because Spear is there holding it down. In fact, Spear and Full Cap, one tick of B, progress at B, tick and a half. We have a small stack at that B point. Word to Jibs, 2 ticks at B for the Dallas Flat Tires. So let's see. Jiggy's working his way over to A, getting set up, and that B point is taken care of. We have another minute to play with.
Yeah, like I said, I kind of expected one of the teams to try to just kind of test out A off the rip, see if Chicago didn't defend it well, but immediately they got shut down. They started respawning, and then they went to B, got the capture. Chicago didn't really even try to contest it a little bit. You see them all just pooled around A, and now Dallas is kind of using the opportunity to just kind of raid their spawn a little bit, getting 2 kills, and now Chicago is trying to clap back Chud onto Jiggy, but you have Dallas players on A, but Chicago has half their team on it. And now you see number 6 and Boomers trying to just kind of clear out their spawn from that number 3 player in Full Cap. Dallas a little bit all over the map. They're trying to find the right angle to attack A from, but, you know, like we said, A is the harder point to get. Chicago has just made it a point to make sure Dallas doesn't even get a single tick on it so far.
And that's what they're doing so far as we're looking from Full Cap's point of view, making his way from the gas station. A few love taps before he finally gets taken out by your boy Slim. Spear on the outside, on the other side of that A point. Chud is already in there, making sure nobody enters. It's a big do not enter, but a trophy just gets worn out. Some rounds go down. Like, hi, how you doing? I'm out of here. But somebody found Spear, gave him some love taps. Go ahead and let him build his HP back up. As Bimodal working his way through the lobby of that lobby. Oh, nice shots from Bimodal. But he gets taken down at P1, Boomer's World. Outside that A, Full Cap tosses the hell up there. It does connect, but it doesn't matter. Full Cap gets taken down. Zotar's up on top of the tank by the gas station. Oh man, that can't be seen. Jiggy gets mowed down. Bimodal gets mowed down. We have 5 seconds left in this first round. Chicago is not letting anybody near that A point. Go ahead, give it to the Chicago Hunt, and they took the round by time, 1-0.
Yeah, that was a great round into Chicago. Dallas kept trying to kind of go around that old B site and try to get into their spawn and playing Chicago, and maybe try to work from within to get some Chicago members from behind. I think the idea was that with the player in Chicago spawn and the players kind of attacking A from the front, that they'd be able to pinch and maybe get a few kills and go straight for A. The problem is the players attacking from the front were pretty much exclusively getting gunned down by Chicago. That player in Chicago spawn was just kind of hanging out there waiting for their team to respawn, and it just took too much time and they got caught out. And good strategy didn't work, but Chicago, again, same strategy, just trying to force stack A off the rip. Dallas defends it well though, and now here we go. They're respawning and they're going for B. Pretty much exactly as I said teams like to do. We'll see if Dallas tries to put a little bit of a defense, but you see, even on the mini-map, they're a little bit nervous to get too far from A.
All right, as we have a full stack at B, word to Jim. And I saw that Chicago Man, all that's left on that B point right now is Zotar, so we have two ticks at that B site. But Sphere trying to keep things cleared off from upstairs. Chud steps on briefly, but he's going to go upstairs and do a little house cleaning, see who is becoming their nuisance. So he gets taken down himself. But yeah, boys, Slim and Boomers are over on that A. We have a full stack over at A, word to Jibs. And if I'm looking at it right, it's 2 ticks at A, 2.5 ticks at A. That A point's going to be secured. We have another minute to play with. Now that they succeeded in what they tried to do a minute ago, let's see if they can go ahead and finish off on that B side. All they need is one more tick.
Yeah, Dallas is in some real trouble here. They kind of gave away A and all headed to B, and that was the real issue, is that Chicago exposed that and they just slid on right into A while Dallas was still fighting for B. They ended up losing 2 ticks at B still. They lost all of A, and now Dallas is in a weird position of they've got to send everything they have on B and hope they win the gunfights. Luckily for them, they are winning the gunfights. So far, Chicago has 14 lives left to Dallas's 24. Dallas is now doubling their live count. That is Dallas's kind of win condition here. If they can't defend B, they don't even need to collect. They just want to get Chicago down to the least amount of lives they can. Dallas is in a good position here, although still at the point where you're giving up 5 ticks, you can't really be happy, Dallas, as a defense. But if you're able to run away with this round still, 7 members left to Chicago. Looks like Dallas might be able to do it. Chicago needs to pretty much get a 4 down. That's the only hope they have. They'll start with full cap. They'll advance, but they're going to meet 3 Dallas players. Chicago, they have a lot of work to do if they want to win this round. Ultimately, the KD is really going to be their downfall here.
That it is. I mean, we're down to 6 lives for Chicago, 19 for Dallas. Dallas definitely has the advantage with 27 seconds left in this round. Spear working his way up that B alley, but it doesn't matter. Chicago, go ahead, cap off that B zone, and they're now up 2-0.
Yeah, that's one of the most frustrating losses as a team, when you know you have like 5 kills left or 4 kills left on the other team, but you just all go 4 down at the wrong moment. Dallas or Chicago, you know, maybe it's a different story if they didn't have 2 ticks on B. I don't know if they'd be able to fill that entire capture point with the 3 stack before Dallas was able to respawn. They only needed 1 tick. Chicago knew immediately once they got all those members down, all they needed to do was stack. The Dallas wouldn't be able to respawn in time, and that's exactly what they did. Chicago up 2-0 in a control, a really brilliantly played offense. Let's see if they can win the defense here. Again, Dallas attacking A off the rip, not having much success though. Chicago gets 2 members down. You'll see Dallas again go to B. The same strategy we've seen the last 2 rounds. We'll see if Dallas has a little bit of luck here compared to their first offense though.
As Bimodal tosses down a trophy, we have a small stack over at B where the Gems with Spear and Bimodal and Jiggy holding down A. We have 1 tick at B, and we're coming up on 1 tick at A with Jiggy. Oh man, Jiggy and full cap. Well, full cap now, just on that A point. Tick and a half at A. Hello there went to full cap. He's tossing 1 of his own, but it don't matter. I'm gonna come up from behind you, clean you off. Chud taking care of business and cleaning house. Now Bimodal having to work his way around that P2, around that B bomb site, heading over to B. Looks like he had full cap there on the side. Gonna go upstairs, see if there's anything bad. As Zotar's tossing a hello there through the alley. 2 ticks to B for the Dallas flat tires. Zotar's tries to come through dark alley. He gets mowed down. That B point is now taken care of. We have another minute to play with. Bimodal working his way through. Now all they need to do is get another tick and 7/8 over at A. Get the band together as Jiggy takes down Chud. Get everybody together and let's do this. Go have a party over at A. Full cap went ahead and used a full magazine almost on that nice little 2-piece. Working his way into that A side. Here we go. Trophy going down. Tick and a half at A. Contest coming in from Chud. Chud gets taken down. Oh man, then full cap gets taken down. 5 life difference here. Is Dallas going to finally be able to pull this one off?
It's a good question. Chicago, though, they know they need to deplete that second A tick. Chicago kind of almost made the same mistake Dallas did early on in terms of all rushing to B and then leaving A. It's the second time that Dallas was close to getting that second tick on A, but Chicago just won the important gunfights that they needed to. And now Chicago's turn to be up in the live count. There's 50 seconds left, but Dallas only has 8 members. That's 2 full sets of teams to really just try to get this A point. You see them going for the same strategy they seem to have gone in the first round, where they try to go through their spawn, try to get a few members from behind, but it doesn't work again. The Dallas members just get cut down from behind, and now they're back to square one in their spawn. Chicago has players set up all over the map. You see Boomers getting a little bit courageous, trying to even just get Dallas members as they spawn in, but they're not actually spawning in anymore. They don't have any lives left. It's 12-2. There's 15 seconds left for Dallas to work on it, to work on getting this A point. Chicago's all over the map, and there you go. They just collapse on that final Dallas member, and just a really stellar control out of them. 3-0 Chicago, looking absolutely dominant and strong every map of this series.
In fact, somebody in the chat even said, somebody get the brooms, because that's what Chicago did. They made